Okay, another thing with the another question related from the article. You talk about an officer pointing a rubber bullet gun at you, and you
Yeah.
realizing at the distance you could be, at distance you were from him, it could be fatal. So a couple of questions right off the bat popped in my head. How did you know it's a rubber bullet gun? I'm surmising it's from your time in the military. And how did you know that that could be fatal at that distance?
Well, I mean, it looked like an M32 grenade launcher, honestly. But I know I was pretty confident that they weren't live grenades in there. So the just kind of took sense that I knew that there was rubber bullet guns out there. I'd heard reports of that being out there, and it seemed like the only logical weapon. And it turns out, looking back at it, that is what was out there. But I mean, I just know that troops and on deployment and in training have had accidents with those where if you shoot someone close enough and you accidentally hit them in the head or a ricochet or what have you, people have died. And so I didn't really ever feel in danger throughout the entire time I was covering anything. I mean, obviously things were hectic and chaotic, but part of that is being trained as a reporter, part of that's being trained as a military member. But the time where I most felt not out of control, but maybe out of safety was when I saw that bullet gun pointed at me from like a very close range. I don't remember what I wrote in the article. I don't remember at this point, but it was close, and I didn't have anywhere to back up because I want to say I was on Grand Ave downtown, and I was coming up towards these windows and walls of businesses, and there were people on my left, and I mean I think the dread-headed cowboy was on his horse, and things were going crazy, a little crazy, and there was nowhere for me to kind of be in a safe position, and that felt scary to me. But I mean, luckily we didn't see any of those deployed, at least in my perspective, so everything was fine. But I think that didn't sit right with me, that the officer went from having his weapon ready to to at the ready, and that's a calculated decision tactically that anyone in the military would learn, or I'm sure police officers learn. There's a difference between being having your weapon trained down and having it up and at the ready.